We need our best captains to work in teams on special task force operations. These are difficult missions that require a skilled team to work together. Come see me on Deep Space Nine and I will give you more information about task force operations. We need the help of our most skilled commanders. You asked to see me?
The Chancellor informs me that you are prepared to serve as a member of the Honor Guard. I wanted to see for myself whether you are worthy. I have ties on both sides of the war, so I understand how difficult it has been for the Federation and the Empire. However, I think some things are more important than our disagreements, and fortunately, the Chancellor agrees. That's why I have been tasked with leading the fight against the Borg. We are the thin line that separates the Empire from ruination. It is our job to take on the most impossible tasks and make them possible. Special task forces aren't for everyone, but the rewards for those who can complete them are worth the effort. From what I hear, you and your ship are more than up to the task. Completing my missions won't be easy, but I and my officers will do all I can to help you. You will earn the finest weapons and armor that the Alpha Quadrant has to offer. You will be able to outfit your ship with equipment that will make you the envy of your fellow officers. Even special personnel or resources will be available to you. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Borg activity has increased noticeably throughout the Beta Quadrant. Our new friends in the Romulan Republic have suggested a disturbing cause for the Borg presence near our borders: Tal Shiar experiments with Borg technologies. Talk to the Romulan ambassador on Kronos for more information, and put a stop to this threat against the Empire. The Tal Shiar have gone too far. Their experiments with Borg technologies not only put us at risk by provoking a hostile force, but also putting all of us at risk for being assimilated if one of their scientists make even one mistake. I need a capable ship and crew to check on reports of Borg activity in the Burgess system. The ISS Corvamite is more than up to the task, and I know a true warrior such as you will be eager to test your mettle against the Collective. Stay alert. There have been reports of other ships in that region, including Tal Shiar vessels. The Burgess system is well out of Romulan space. I'd like to know what their purpose is out there.
This is Commander Talus of the Romulan Star Empire vessel RNA. We are under attack by Borg scout squadrons. This is a formal request for assistance from any ship receiving this message. Do not abandon us.
We will assist, Commander.
To any ship in range, this is the IRW RNA. My ship has been attacked and disabled by the Borg. My crew are being assimilated. The self-destruct is offline. I have retreated with my surviving officers to the main science lab. If you can hear this, I formally request assistance. If there is no one who can respond to this message, then may we die with honor.
We're on our way, Commander.
Thank you for coming to our assistance. Borg drones have beamed aboard the RNA and are attempting to assimilate my crew. Several of us have barricaded ourselves in the science lab. We need your assistance to prevent our ship from being assimilated and to save the rest of the crew.
Stay put. We're on our way.
Down the passage ahead. Use the console in sickbay to override the security protocols.
Thank you so much for saving us. The Tal Shiar were using us as test subjects in their experiments with Borg technology. Only a few of us survived their investigations. I know that they'll do anything to preserve their empire. And I've seen with my own eyes what they and the Ilachi did to the outlying colonies. But I didn't think they would be this cruel to their own people.
Don't worry. You're safe now.
The Borg have disabled the force fields guarding the science lab. We managed to fend off the first wave, but we need your help. Get to the lab and stop the remaining drones.
Moving towards the lab now, Commander.
Borg drones incoming. Destroy them before they reach the research equipment. scanners show no further Borg presence aboard. Thank you for your aid, but I must ask you to return to your ship at once. Our research here is critical to the survival of the Romulan Star Empire, and I cannot share these secrets, even with our rescuers.
What exactly are you trying to hide here?
We are studying salvaged Borg devices. Bear in mind that this technology is now the sovereign property of the Romulan Star Empire. My engineers tell me that our engines are online, so your further presence aboard my ship is neither necessary nor desirable. You are our enemy. Your assistance does not change that basic fact. Long-range sensors show a Borg squadron approaching at speed. Essential repairs to our singularity drive are almost complete. If you can occupy the Borg and give us the time we need, I will overlook your intrusion on our classified research.
I think we'll be taking that Borg technology with us. Energized transporters.
How dare you! You take advantage of my ship's vulnerability. But you cannot escape the wrath of the Tal Shiar. Do not think that your actions today will go unpunished. We will find you. And when we do, you will return what you have taken with interest. Finally, Singularity Drive is online. Our scanners show more ships approaching. I hope you enjoy the spoils of your theft. Enjoy defending them from the Borg, that is. We are responding to a distress call from an IRW RNA. Normally we wouldn't provide assistance to the Tal Shiar, but the Borg are a threat to all of us. However, you appear to have things well in hand. Do you require assistance?
Yes, Commander. Any assistance you could provide would be helpful.
How dare you try to escape with the property of the Romulan Star Empire? Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Not a chance. Red alert. I spit on the Borg. And the Tal Shiar. I don't know what's worse. Those soulless machines or honorless pointy-eared schemers. However, I am pleased at the outcome. Your ship is now prepared to combat the Borg wherever we find them. What do you know about the Borg nanovirus? The Borg aren't just assimilating individuals anymore. They've found a way to assimilate entire areas. They infect the technology, the water, the flora, even the air. After that, it's only a matter of time until the entire planet is Borg. If this process is allowed to continue unchecked, they'll assimilate the entire sector, and from there, they could assimilate the entire Federation. And then nothing would stand between the Borg and the Klingon Empire. Starfleet had a team working on a counteragent on Omicron Kappa 2. However, Starfleet has lost contact with the colony there. They fear the nanovirus has escaped and the colony has been assimilated. We need that team and the data they have collected. Our defense plans are useless without them. I am sending the ISS Corbomite to the Omicron Kappa 2 system, find the researchers, and bring them back. I don't need to tell you how dangerous this is. Watch your back. And kapla! Omicron Kappa 2 has been largely assimilated by the Borg, and they are using the planet as a hub for their ships in the area. They're sure to be aware of our presence. However, we're picking up an emergency signal from the surface. That may mean the research team has not been assimilated. If we want to send an away team down to find the research team, the first thing we have to do is engage the Borg patrols and find a safe location for our orbit. There are no additional patrols on our sensors, sir, but we are detecting a high concentration of Borg on the planet's surface. We're also picking up the energy signature of a large data node, which means the Borg have connected the entire planet to the collective. Starfleet believes that the research team can be saved, and that they may have the information we need to formulate a treatment that can save multitudes from the Borg nanovirus. The away team is ready to leave on your command. Sir, sensors are detecting numerous Borg life signs and a few non-Borg life signs ahead. Recommend we proceed with caution. Acknowledged. Stay alert.
Thank you. Your arrival could not have been more timely. My fellow researchers are still at our camp and require your assistance. There are Borg in the area.
Okay, stay behind us. We'll handle the Borg. Sir, sensors are detecting numerous Borg life signs headed this way. I recommend we prepare to defend the area. Acknowledged. Stay alert. Captain, we are receiving a request for transport from some scientists on the surface. Beam them up.
Thanks for the rescue. My name is Dr. Eric Cooper. My team and I were researching the Borg nanovirus. It's fascinating. The Borg have been using it to assimilate entire planets. The land, the buildings, the people. Anyway, during the course of our research, the nanovirus containment failed. The nanovirus activated and assimilated enough equipment to signal the collective. We cannot allow the Borg to continue using this nanovirus. I think we have enough data to formulate a counteragent, but we'll need to recover it from the area that's already assimilated. That's why I stayed behind. I can get you inside the compound, but then it will be up to you to recover the data. Can I count on your assistance?
There's too much at stake to refuse.
Thank you. I'm in your debt, as is the entire Alpha Quadrant. Lead the way to the force field.
Stay close.
The Borg have extensive records on the Iconians, but they keep linking them to Omega molecules. I do not know if you've had a full briefing on Omega, but Omega molecules are extremely powerful and extremely unstable. If the Iconians know how to control them, they could be a greater threat than we realized.
I've overridden the force fields, but the Borg detected the intrusion into their systems. They'll know you're coming. Head into the facility and locate the central data node. We don't have time to search for the right files, so simply transfer all the information to your ship's computer and hold off the Borg until the transfer is complete. I'll stay here. I'd probably just get in your way.
Okay, drop the force fields and then get out of sight. We'll get the data.
I need you back here! Undine troops are being down! They're focusing on the Borg, but they'll find me soon! It looked like the Borg just abducted that Undine. But that's pointless. Undine can't be assimilated. Unless... the Borg must believe they have found a way to assimilate the Undine. We have to stop them. There's probably too much interference to transport, but there are some pattern enhancers nearby. Those should help us get back to your ship.
Okay, follow us. Captain, the Borg sphere is escaping with the Undine captive. If they are able to return it to the collective and assimilate it, just imagine what they can do with Undine drones. It looks like the sphere is being pursued by an Undine ship. Lay in a pursuit course. The Borg sphere has gone to warp, sir, followed by an Undine ship. I was able to isolate their warp signature. We should be able to follow their trail. We should report back to the Klingon Defense Force and then follow them. I never imagined the Undine would destroy an entire world to prevent the spread of the Borg. Many lives were lost here today, Captain, but even more were saved. You managed to recover much of the data about the counter-agent to the nanovirus. Since the planet was destroyed, hopefully the Borg have not had enough time to adapt to the counter-agent. The Borg will adapt in time, of course. We must stay one step ahead of them. The Undine vessel you were tracking from the Omicron Kappa 2 system has been sighted near NGC-4447. Borg ships have also been detected in this area. While there are no populated systems in danger there, we still need to know why the Borg and the Undine have escalated their conflict now. Go find the Borg sphere that took the Undine from Omicron Kappa 2. The answers we need will be there. Captain, I am detecting the wreckage of an Undine ship. It could be the vessel following the Borg sphere that captured the Undine prisoner on Omicron Kappa 2. We must stop the sphere before it can return to the collective fleet. Any information the Borg could learn from the prisoner could upset the balance of power. Confirmed, sir. This wreckage matches the energy signature of the Undine vessel that followed the Borg sphere that captured the Undine prisoner on Omicron Kappa 2. It appears to have been destroyed recently. We must be very close. Sir, sensors detecting a Borg sphere dead ahead. Emission signatures indicate this is the same sphere that we have been pursuing. Those ships opened into fluidic space. The Borg entangled with the Undine in fluidic space before, sir, but they were defeated. They were unable to assimilate the Undine, and without that, the Undine were able to push them out. If they're willing to send a force into fluidic space again, the Borg must think that they have adapted in a way that will allow them to defeat the Undine. This region is ours to protect, sir, and our orders are to eliminate the Borg threat. I recommend that we engage the Borg and Undine and secure the area. Red alert! There is a Borg ship reappearing through the rift. It has an Undine vessel locked in a tractor beam. Sir, if the Borg brought an Undine vessel to our dimension, they must have some purpose for it. They may have even adapted to the point that they can assimilate the Undine's organic technology, or even the Undine themselves. I am detecting Undine ships about to emerge from the singularity. Perhaps they are trying to rescue their ship as well. The Undine vessels are heavily armed, sir. I would recommend avoiding a confrontation if possible. We'll choose our targets carefully, but I want both the Borg and the Undine out of our space. I'm picking up Undine life signs on the Borg cube, Captain. If the Borg transported Undine onto the cube, they are either testing a new assimilation process, or they've already learned how to assimilate Undine. Imagine defending the Empire against Undine drones. We have an opportunity, sir. The Borg cube is damaged, and it will take some time for it to be fully operational again. We can take advantage of that and reconfigure our emitter array to temporarily block this cube's link to the collective. That will give us a chance to beam aboard and stop the Borg from completing their assimilation process with the Undine captives. It's dangerous, but this may be the only chance we get. Understood. Away team to Transporter Room 1. The cube has been damaged, sir, and has entered a regenerative state. Based on our encounter with the Borg in the Talis system, we know that they do not see most humanoids as a threat, and will only enter combat in their own defense, or if a vital component of the ship is threatened. If we don't engage them, perhaps we can locate the Undine without having to fight. There is a background frequency that is interfering with my tricorder, but I believe there are Undine life signs somewhere on this level. Perhaps if we get closer, I can cut through the interference. Captain, I believe I can modify your tricorder to be able to access the Borg terminals. However, accessing the terminals could alert the Borg to our presence. Make it so. Sir, this data confirms that the Borg have Undine aboard and are trying to assimilate her.
Quantum scans show this device was recovered in fluidic space, which proves the Iconians have been there too. The Borg have been making incursions into fluidic space for decades. They have tried to assimilate Undine before, but this is the first time they have come close to succeeding. Normally, the Undine's natural defenses fight off the nanoprobes. I will look into this further. Perhaps the Borg used Iconian technology to improve their assimilation process.
Captain, this data indicates that the Borg have invaded fluidic space and established a beachhead. No wonder the Undine are attacking in force. That's the last one, sir. I think that device over there controls the force field preventing us from leaving this room. Definitely detecting Undine life signs ahead, sir, but something appears to be wrong with them. The patterns don't match the information we have available on their physiology. they doing to those Undine? Are they failed experiments, or is that what the Borg wanted to do to them? We must help them, sir. If we can destroy the nodes, it should free them from the Borg control. We can't let them live like this. Sister logs indicate we have successfully prevented the Borg from sending their findings back to the collector. However, we have no choice but to destroy the ship to prevent the Borg from recovering the data. Arm weapons and target that cube. Looks like the Undine destroyed the Borg cube before we had a chance. Congratulations, sir. We have prevented the Borg from learning to assimilate the Undine and discovered the location of the Borg foothold in fluidic space. I'm sure we can adapt their techniques to open a singularity into fluidic space, sir. But first, we should report our findings to command. I regret not being there with you. A fight against an Undine with the technology of the Borg? It must have been glorious. There is more we need to learn about these mysterious creatures from fluidic space. I know I can count on you to fight for the Empire. The data you recovered from the Borg cube indicates that the Borg have established a foothold in Undine space. The Undine seem to make very little distinction between alien races. It's quite possible that the Borg presence is causing their aggressive behavior. War with the Undine threatens to engulf the Alpha and Beta quadrants. And, while it would be glorious, it is not the battle we need to fight today. Therefore, we have set aside our enmity with the Federation to assemble an expedition to remove the Borg presence from fluidic space. We found a system where the fabric of the two dimensions are breaking down. This is our best shot at creating a stable quantum singularity. The expedition will include the Starfleet vessel USS Voyager, commanded by Admiral Tuvok. We have shared the data you received from the Borg cube, and Tuvok believes he can create an artificial singularity. Your orders are to cross into fluidic space, locate the Borg, and destroy them. Try not to provoke the Undine. It is not your day to die.
Welcome to the CUDA system. I am Admiral Tuvok of the USS Voyager. I will provide tactical assistance on this mission.
It's a privilege, Admiral. Even in the Klingon Empire, we have heard stories of Voyager's travels.
Thank you. Your meteoric rise through the ranks is well known to me as well. Sensors indicate the division between normal and fluidic space is thinner here, making crossing much easier. The Undine have used this location in the past. We will use it now. The majority of the fleet will remain here to protect this area. Our team will enter fluidic space, locate, and then survey the Borg presence there. If possible, we will destroy it. When you are ready, Voyager will open the singularity.
Open the singularity, Admiral Tuvok.
We have made a successful transition into fluidic space. Unlike our own, this dimension is filled with an organic fluid. The main indigenous life form is species 8472. Sensors are detecting a Borg signature nearby. Your vessel will take the lead in the investigation. We will follow.
Acknowledged. We'll take point and find the source of the signal. Sir, we are being affected by a wave-like current in fluidic space, which is causing our ship to move involuntarily. I wish we had more time to study this phenomenon. It's some kind of Borg device, sir. I recommend we approach it and get a closer scan. Scans indicate this is an interplexing beacon, sir. The Borg must not be able to transmit their subspace frequencies as easily through the organic fluid that comprises fluidic space. These relays are boosting the signal to allow communication with the collective in normal space. This means we should be able to follow these beacons to the Borg foothold here. Set a course for the next beacon. Data acquired, sir. There appear to be a total of 5 interplexing beacons in the sequence. The next one is just ahead. Set a course for the next beacon. This beacon appears to be picking up a subspace transmission from within fluidic space with a Klingon Defense Force signature. Recommend we investigate, Captain. Another ship of the fleet may require assistance. Agreed. Set an intercept course for the source of the signal.
We've been examining the data on the interplexing beacons, and we believe we may have discovered a vulnerability in the Borg subspace carrier wave technology. If it's acceptable to you, I would like the Venture to remain here and run some tests while you investigate the signal. We may not get another opportunity.
That is acceptable. We will investigate the signal while the Venture remains here.
This landmass is unique in fluidic space. It is not a planet by Starfleet definitions. If I had to categorize it, I would say it is similar to the coral reefs found in Earth's oceans. The ground itself is a framework for living creatures. Fascinating. We are detecting a number of ships in the area. Starfleet, Klingon Defense Force, Romulan Republic, even Ferengi and Cardassian. Most species from the Alpha and Beta quadrants appear to be represented.
Curious. These ships have identical configurations to ships found in the Alpha and Beta quadrants, but they cannot have been constructed there. I'm detecting alloys that are not used in standard ship construction. Run a metallurgical analysis. Aye, sir. Running analysis now. The alloys correspond to technology found on Iconia and in recovered Iconian technology. But why would the Iconians make fake ships? I intend to find out. Sir, I am detecting some kind of gateway opening and a huge fleet coming through. On screen. Those must be more Iconian gods. The Undine are destroying them. Sir, we're picking up an incoming distress call from the USS Venture. On screen.
Captain Simmons to Voyager. The Borg are here. We're taking heavy fire and need immediate assistance.
Set course to the Venture. Maximum speed. Dr. Cooper was in an escape pod, Captain. He wants to speak to you from the transporter room. Patch him through.
I never should have come on this mission. I'm a scientist, not an explorer. Take me out of this awful place right now!
Calm down for a second and talk to me. What happened?
The Borg attacked and we had to abandon ship. We were floating here, waiting, and then... Undine! They came out of nowhere, tore through us like tissue paper. We shouldn't have invaded their space. They're so strong, we're weak. Please take me out of here.
What about Captain Simmons? She's not in the escape pods.
I don't know. It all happened so fast. She insisted on being the last one to leave the ship. I don't even know if she made it out alive. Now, can we leave?
I'm sorry, Dr. Cooper, but we have a mission to complete. Beacon scanned, sir. Coordinates of final beacon have been downloaded. This beacon is handling a significant amount of traffic, sir. The last beacon should give us the information we need. Sir, this is the final beacon. I have the coordinates of the Borg fleet. We're very close. Shields up. Proceed with caution.
The Borg presence is much larger than we anticipated. Nevertheless, our orders are to remove as much of it as possible.
Unimatrix?
Voyager will follow
enormous!
your lead. I
Acknowledged.
admit
We're
that
going
it
in.
is an impressive structure. Diamond is jamming our deflector arrays. We must destroy it before we can retreat.
Sir, sensors are detecting Undine fleets converging on this location. We cannot fight them and the Borg.
Opening singularity now. I recommend an immediate withdrawal. We need to report to our respective commands immediately. We thought that the Undine were responding to a Borg incursion into their space, but it now appears that the Iconians, or some entity posing as them, has created false Alpha and Beta Quadrant ships and sent them into fluidic space. Clearly, the Undine attacked us because they thought we attacked them first.
Starting with the bad news, I see.
There is some good news. The spread of the Borg nanovirus has halted, and thanks to the Doctor's research, we should be able to prevent future planets from being assimilated in this manner. The Borg will adapt in time, but we have also stopped them from transmitting the technique for Undine assimilation to the collective. It is possible they could learn how to do so again. We will need to remain vigilant.
What about the Borg in fluidic space?
The Borg in fluidic space were forced to retreat, and logic suggests it will be quite some time before they trouble the Undine again. The end of the Borg attacks in their home might stop the Undine advance into our space. But if the Iconians continued to trick Species 8472 with false incursions, they could decide to invade ours in retaliation.
What happens now?
Voyager will take Dr. Cooper and the other survivors back to Earth. I suggest that we all confer with our fleet commanders to determine the next course of action. We have not seen the last of the Undine.
Understood. Until next time, Admiral. We may not have been able to remove the Borg presence in fluidic space, but it looks like the Undine will. In time, perhaps we can reach out to them. They are formidable warriors, and would be mighty allies for the Empire. However, I find your reports of false flagships in fluidic space troubling. If the Iconians are trying to trick the Undine into believing that we're invading their space, it could explain everything that's happened. When our space is breached, we attack and eliminate our aggressors. The Undine will respond in a similar fashion, and our dimension will be their battlefield.